Hello everybody, so I'm gonna show you guys how to start seed like a pro. Welcome everybody, so I'm gonna show you guys how you can start your seeds as, like a pro and be able to get your seedlings going in no time. So starting your seeds is very easy. You just need some essential things to start your seeds. The first thing you're gonna need is probably one of the most important is a system like this, or a seed starting tray or seed starting container. You can also use a tray like this. I'm not gonna do this today, but that's probably another live video, or check out my videos how you can use trays like this to start your seeds. But today I'm going to show you a much easier system where all you need to do is start with your starting mix. So you need a seed starting mix like this. Usually I make my own seed starting mix, but I just wanted to show you guys, for those of you that don't know how to do it or don't want to go through the process of making your own seeds, you can start making your own seeds with items like this. So let me give some people a few minutes to join us, and then we can start. If you have any question for seed starting on how to start your seeds and other things, just put them in the comments. I'll try to answer all of them as soon as I'm able to read the comments. I'm gonna respond to the comments, but let's give maybe 1 minute, and then we'll start. I'll show you guys the process on how to start your seeds and how to get it going in no time. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I'll try to answer as many of them as possible. So with our seeds, like I said, starting your seeds, you need 2 or 3 main things. One, you need a container. You can use a container like this, or you can use a seed starting tray or a seed starting system like this. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute my tray right here. The other tray I'm gonna use is right here. So later on I'll show you guys how this one is doing. But this you can use a tray like this. This tray comes with a light set. That's what I'm saying. It's one of the easiest to do to use. You can use tray light set like this. It comes with a light on it, and it has an adjustment handle on it over there. It goes on top of this, and then you can just, and this, it has a reservoir tank underneath that makes it much easier for you to do your seeds and take care of your seeds. So all you need to do is make sure there's enough water in here, and then you just check it every couple of days and you're good to go. But let's start mixing the mix that we have, and then we go to that. So the next thing we're gonna need is, you need a seed starting mix like this. You see, like I said before, you can I make my own seed starting mix, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that you can easily get from the store without really making it yourself, and that's why I bought this one. But I usually make my own seed starting mix. I have a video that shows you how to do that. It's much cheaper than buying these every often. So I make my own seed starting mix. So we're gonna start by putting our seed starting mix. You also need a container just to mix it up, to make sure that it's nice and moist, and I'm using some lukewarm water to do it, so that way at least the environment where it's gonna be in warm environment. Another important item before we put this in here that you need, especially if you're starting indoors and you're growing plants and stuff, you need a grow mat. There's a grow mat right here. I'm gonna show you guys later on once I move it over. It's a heat mat. The heat mat maintains the temperature at least above 70 degrees for the plants to do much better. So that's why I recommend you get a grow mat if you're gonna start seeds indoors. The grow mat is gonna maintain the temperature on the seedlings or the seeds, and then be able to help them germinate. Most seeds germinate when the temperature is above 70 degrees. So we're gonna start. Just gonna pour some seed starting mix in here, as you can see. Just pour your seed starting mix in there. You can see the seed starting mix is nice, light, and fluffy. The reason why you're using a seed starting mix and you're not using a potting mix or direct soil is that the seed starting mix is sterile. It doesn't have any it's not gonna have any bacteria or pathogens or any thing that can affect your plants. So that's why you want to start with a sterile mix like this and not use regular soil. So if you use a regular soil, it might have pest diseases and other pathogens that might kill your plants. So you want to use a sterile mix like this. So what we're gonna do next is I'm just gonna pour in some warm water. You want your solution or your mixture to be moist but not soaked and soggy. I'm gonna show you how it is. So I'm just gonna since the starting mix is very dry, you just want to make sure that you mix it up and get some water in there so that it's nice and moist before we put it in our tray. So if you have any questions about starting your seeds, any questions about gardening, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer all of them after we do our seed starting setup. And one other thing that I didn't mention for your, at least for starting your seeds, you need the seeds themselves, right? So you need the seeds so you can get the seeds from either from your garden from last year or from family, friend, neighbor, or from the shop or catalogs. You just want to make sure that they are vibrant seeds. They are seeds that are still at least active and are gonna germinate. And one way of checking that is you can put the seeds in a container of water. Just drop some seeds in a container of water, and if it sinks to the bottom, then the seeds are fine. The seeds that stay on top are probably not gonna do well. So that's one tip for checking seeds. You can also do a fast seed starting method, doing the paper towel method just to check to see. With the paper towel method, you put the seeds in the paper towel with water, put in the plastic bag, and within a couple of days it should germinate. If it doesn't germinate, then the seeds are not really viable. So that is it. So you on your seed starting mix, you want the mix to be moist but not too soggy. So if you hold it like this, you see, just a little bit of water coming out, that's fine. You don't want it to be too even though it's gonna be in the container, we're gonna have some water at the bottom of the container. So that's what we're gonna do next. Once we fill up our container. So what we're gonna do is put it on this side like here. So we're gonna get our containers. This is just this one we're gonna use, and you just wanna fill it in, right? We just wanna fill the container in. We're gonna press it in just a little bit later on, not to compact it, but just to press it in so that way it doesn't have any air gaps in there. So you can use your fingers, you can use any little square item to do that, but I usually just use my finger. But I'll just fill it up first, and then we do that. So the reason why you want it to be nice and full in there is because it's gonna be able to weak the water from the bottom. If it's not really nice and full, then it's gonna sink into the and most of the seeds and the seeds that you have in there, or the seedlings that start germinating, are gonna be in the water or close to the water. So you don't want you want at least to be nice and full, so that way it has enough mass for it to stay on the top. And so what I'm just gonna do is just use, you can use your finger, just push. See, you can see this one is not really full, so when you just tap it in like that. If you're liking the live so far, please smash the like button. If you're not following me yet, follow me for more live like this and other garden tips. I have a lot of videos on starting your seeds, gardening, and growing a lot of different things. So definitely follow me and check out my videos. And I've been growing like this for more than 20 years, and I have some videos in YT. I have some videos there for the past 15 years that I've been documenting my garden and the various process and the various steps in the garden process. So I think I just need a little bit more. Just need a little bit more just to make sure that it's full to the top. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. So like I was saying, I have a lot of different videos, so check out those videos. I'll also see later on, I'll see if I can put the link to some of these items if you need some of the top items that you need to start your seeds if you're doing it for the first time, or you want to try something and make sure that it does really well, especially these items right here. I can put them put the link in the description below so that you guys can grab it and get it, so that way it's stress-free doing it this way. The reason why I love this particular set right here is because it's all-in-one solution for you, and it has a tray, it has a light. All you need to do is just to check it leak regularly and to make sure that there's enough water in there and the ceilings are doing fine. The humidity dome, it has some controls on the top where you can control the amount of humidity in there. So you just fill it up and then we are done. Okay, so we are done filling it up. You can see how all of them are nice and full like that. So we are done with that. I'll take this out of the way. Just grab this one right here. Just take this out of the way so we can just clean my hand. And so the next step is you want to put your seeds in here. You want to plant your seeds. So like I was saying earlier, so to speed up your germination process, you can just put your seeds in here like this. But usually I try to speed up the process by you can, depending on the seeds, you can soak the seeds, or you can put them, do the paper towel method like I said. So I got these seeds. These are hot spicy peppers, and that's why we're starting the seeds right now, because it's a seeds that we need to, peppers take like 12 weeks for them to get to maturity for you to be able to transplant it. So that's why you want to start it early. Our at least growing season over here starts on where you can start putting stuff outside is around May. So so what you do with the paper towel method is you just put your seeds on the paper towel, just soak it with a little bit of water. Lukewarm water is fine too, and then put it in a plastic bag like this. Just put it in a nice warm area in your kitchen or wherever the temperature is usually warmer, and just leave it in there for 2-3 days. They will start germinating. This one I just did them yesterday because I didn't have time to do it the day before. So, but they haven't started germinating. But I just wanted them to at least absorb some moisture before I do the transplant today. Just I do the planting here today. Just want to show you guys. So just wait. At least they've already started absorbing the moisture in the. So they're gonna do a little bit better than if I just put them in there right now. I did it more than 24 hours ago, so or close to 24 hours ago. So what you want to do is, in this case, we're gonna put maybe 2 in each cell. And the reason I'm putting 2 is because sometimes from what I'm seeing also, some of them are not gonna, they might not germinate because I just got this this particular seeds. So some of them are not going to germinate. So you just want to make sure that at least if you put 2 or 3 on each cell, at least one of them is going to germinate. If the 2 or 3 of them germinate, then you can move them to a separate cell and repot them later on. But we want to just start, make sure that we have enough for them to do well. So we're going to start just you can just pick one. You can also use a pen or a little stick or something to make little holes. That's fine. I'm just going to use my fingers to do it that, to just put it like that. It's fine. Like I said, we're gonna do 3 in each. Just push it down like that. So let me know in the comments below if you're starting your seeds now, or if you started your seeds already, depending on where you are. If you started your seeds already, let me know what type of seeds you're growing, what type of plants you intend to grow this year. So we grow a lot of different plants. We grow pepper, tomatoes, pumpkins, corn, onions, garlic, and so many others. So like I said, we have a lot of videos on the garden, so check out those videos. So usually this is I say one of the earliest times I've started peppers, uh, because I started this one last week. I'll show you guys this one in a minute to show you how it's doing. Usually if you follow this method, this is the result you're gonna get within a week. You get some peppers. Let me just put these over here. So I have two separate paper towels that I did. One was for the ones that stayed on top, and just for example, for short video that I'm making, I'm gonna show you guys later on. If you stick around, follow me. This particular one that I'm doing right now, they're the ones that stayed on top. I know most of them are not gonna do well, but it's experiment. I love to experiment and try different things just to prove a point to myself that okay, that's the way to go. So this is the other one, and this one is the one that's sunk to the bottom of the container. So we're gonna just do the same thing, just plant them, and I'm pushing them in. Even if you're seeing some of them, that's fine. At the end of this, what we can do is just take a little bit of seed starting mix and just sprinkle it on top just to cover a little bit. You can also do that if all of them are not covering. Like I said, I did not get the sticks. It's winter right now. I don't have any sticks in here, or I don't have any pen around to do that, but I will just go this way. And so that way we have our seedlings in going. So hopefully by May, we should be able to have some nice healthy peppers to transplant into the greenhouse or into the garden. So that is it. So I've done just the side. This side I'm gonna use it for garden eggs. Garden eggs also take a little bit of time to go through. So the first three sections over here, or the first four cells, are just peppers. So what I'm gonna do is you always, if you're planting or if you're growing maybe 4 or 5 different things on a tray, or whatever you starting seed, you want to make sure you label it so that way you know exactly what is in there. Because if you don't label it and it doesn't come out, or it comes out, you don't really know exactly what it is, and it's a headache later on. So now what we're just doing is just putting some water at the bottom of the tray. This is gonna just put a little bit more. It's just gonna continue providing more water. It's gonna the seed starting mix is gonna wick it up and just continue to feed the seedlings. Let me just show you this over here. This is what I did. I started this, if you can believe it. This is pepper seeds that I started, I'll say about 6 days ago. I'm sure some of you must have watched that live that I did when I was doing it. So these are peppers. Peppers usually take, if you're just planting it regularly, it takes at least maybe 2 weeks for it to get to this stage, or a week and a half for it to even germinate and get to this stage. Within 5-6 days is awesome. So that's what I did. I soaked it in. I did a paper towel method, and had the seeds in there for like 3-4 days, and they started germinating. And then I just transplanted this into this. Like I said, this is a complete system. It has the grow light on top, and it has little holes that you can all open to adjust the humidity. And let me just turn it on. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, and you can also decide which one has the light, which one has, let's switch that. So you can see the light when the light comes on like that. So answer a few questions before I continue. If you have any questions, comments, let me see if there's any questions or comments. Thanks everybody for joining. Any questions or comments? Okay, I don't see any questions or comments. Okay, so far no questions or comments. So like I said, it's easy to do. You can start your ceilings like this and be able to have your ceilings in no time. You're not spending a lot of money on it, and be able to have your ceilings in no time. And then you're able to transplant it into the garden. So what we're gonna do is just get a little bit of the seed starting mix. Like I said, you can just get a little bit of seed starting mix just to cover the ones that are not completely covered. That's fine. And it's preferable to use a mixed one like this. If you use a dry one, yeah, it might over the next maybe couple of hours, it might wick up the water and be able to still get nice and moist. But I just want the ceilings to stay moist right now, and so that way they can absorb a lot of the moisture and be able to start germinating soon. So that is it. That is it for this one. We're gonna get I'm gonna get the garden egg, and then we can just plant the garden eggs on these other cells right here. So like I said, with this it's very easy. This one has its own tray. Let me show you guys. This one has its own grow light, and the grow light just goes on top like that. So right now that it has now, usually what I do is if the seedlings haven't, once I just transplant it like this, I give it maybe 2 days before I start putting the light on, so that way as soon as the shoots start coming out, then I put on the light. But you can still just leave it like that and just let the light go. It doesn't consume that much. And then there's a timer. You set the timer, like I said, you set this on the timer, and the timer, you can set a timer between 8 12 hours. Usually at the beginning stages like this, I like to have it 12 hours, so that way the ceiling gets enough light and they do much better. So that's what we do, and that's how we start our ceilings, and we get our ceilings in time. So let me grab my the garden egg. We're gonna just sprinkle the garden egg on this one. If you have any question, please leave your questions in comments below. I'll try to answer all the questions. So the garden eggs are, so these are the garden eggs right here. I'm gonna do the same thing, just these ones are tiny, so I'm just gonna, this is the first, like I said, this first 4 are the peppers, and the remaining ones I'm just gonna do the garden eggs on the remaining ones. So just gonna do the same. On the garden eggs, I'm gonna put a little bit more because we plant more garden eggs. So like I said, once they start germinating and once they get a little bit bigger, we can repot them and put them in different containers. They take a little bit longer. The garden eggs take a little bit longer to germinate, but they are much faster, or they are not as they don't take as much time as peppers to germinate. But I just like to start them early now. I've never started them in February, but last year I started them I think March like that, but it took a little bit of time for them to really pick up. And so I want this year by May I should be able to get some big large uh, stems that I can easily transplant into the garden, and maybe should be able to start harvesting by at least by June. So that's my goal for the these garden eggs that I'm doing right now. So once we have them in there, I'm just gonna put this one aside. So what I'm just gonna do is just make sure I just press them in. For the peppers, I had just put just a few of them there because they're gonna be longer. They're gonna stay longer in this tray because they take a lot longer to grow once they germinate than the garden egg. The garden egg, maybe within 2-3 weeks, I might have to move them from here to a bigger container where they can get more nutrients. See that this one was a little bit that's fine. I have some seeds on my fingers. That's it. Like I said, with this one also, you can also use, sometimes it's much easier to use a dry one like this, just to sprinkle on top so they get a good covering, and just mix it with water. But it's gonna wick the water up. It's gonna wick the water up much faster. If you just mist it and or just compact it a little bit. It's already touching the moist one down there, so it's gonna be fine. We have water down there that's gonna be able to. Okay. If you're liking the live, please smash the like button. If you're not following me, follow me for more lives and more garden tips and seed starting tips like this. And don't forget to share. Also leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about my method of doing it. If it's different, if it's the same, or if it's something that you've never done before, let me know in the comments below. So that is it. We are done with our seed starting. This is how you start your seeds like a pro and be able to get your seedlings thriving in no time. So what I'm just gonna just wipe it up a little bit like this. And that is it. We are done. So what we're gonna do now is just cover it up. And that is it. We are done. That's how you start your seeds, and you'll be able to get your seedlings in no time. That's how we do it. And the other benefits for this is that if you don't have a lot of space, this is really awesome in terms of the way they were making it. Let me just show you guys. Just want to clean up the starting mix I have on my hands. Just want to show you. So the people thought about it, and at least what you can do is you can stack them up like this, and you find you use less space. The only issue with stacking up like this is if you have them on a heat mat, then you're not gonna be able to stack them up like this. But if they're already germinated and they're doing well, then you can stack them up like this. Just want to show you guys here. This is the heat mat I was talking about. You need a heat mat like this. It provides heat for the seedlings to thrive. So especially peppers and seedlings that require temperature to be above 75 for them to do well. That's why we're doing this. So now I'm just I'm gonna do is just put this so that way both of them. I have another heat mat, but I don't want to bring out another heat mat if the two of them can um can go on the heat mat like this. So that is it. We have our seats set up, everything doing well, and that's it for today. Any questions? I'll look at the questions, answer your questions right now. If you have any questions. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for the likes. You're welcome, the bronze. Thank you so much for the comments. Bronze Glow, thank you for the comments. Any questions, comments? Let me see. Okay, I think that is it. We answered your questions. So we're done for today. Thanks everybody for joining the live. If you're not following me, follow me for more lives like this. A lot of different videos. Like I said earlier, I have a lot of different videos that shows you the similar process, how to do different things, how to grow in the greenhouse, how to grow in containers. So stay tuned for a lot of lives, and maybe the next one I'm gonna probably be doing is showing you guys how you can also start in different containers, not just necessarily containers like this. How you can start in different containers. Even you can use maybe you can use your cup like this, any plastic cup, and be able to start your seedlings. It provides a greenhouse effect. So you make a hole at the bottom. Just to show you guys before we just go, you just make holes at the bottom, or you can use 2 cups to do the same, and then you use plastic like this to cover it. It provides a greenhouse effect, and you're able to start your seeds. You can put it on the windowsill, or you can put it in a grow light, under a grow light, and you'll be able to do that. So that is some of the things you can do to get your seeds going. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the likes, and thank you for sticking around. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.